friends, welcome back to my channel. Happy Friday. It is just before 6:30 a.m. and I just got to WW. It's dark again. Now that the time change has went into effect, it's now dark again, like in the middle of winter. Oh, I was over that, but that's okay. I've got my light on in my car, so I apologize for the kind of weird lighting, but I did want to hop on really quick before I go into my workshop. And first of all, before I start talking about my week, I want to send out a huge thank you to all of you who sent me nice messages, nice comments on my video where I kind of explained what approach I was taking when I say that I am clean eating or following a clean approach to WW. So thank you so much, you guys, for all of your encouragement and your kind words and your love and support. It really, really, truly means the world to me. And I'm hoping that that whole situation is now put behind me and I can move on with my life. And I am still, you know, eating as I did before. I think that I may use different verbiage sometimes when I'm talking about the foods that I'm eating. And like I said, I say that I have a clean approach to WW, and I've kind of said since the beginning that I'm going to eat Built bars and processed foods if they have good ingredients. So I'm just rethinking maybe my verbiage, but overall that situation is over and I'm glad. So let's talk about my week. So my week was pretty good. I actually went to Jazzercise 4 times this week. I got brand new tennis shoes last Saturday. You guys, let me just tell you the difference new shoes makes. I went to a store called Fleet Feet and they actually custom fit you for tennis shoes. I know I knew they'd be expensive, but it was so worth it. They scan your feet and custom fit you. They choose what tennis shoes would work best for your feet and the activity that you're going to do. So I got some Hokas and they're black and pink and they're so cute. If I still have a picture, I'll insert that here for you guys. But seriously, they're so cute. They're so comfortable. It's like walking on air. So my workouts have just gotten so much better since I grabbed some new shoes. So they were, I think, $130, but well worth it. I'm telling you, when your feet hurt, it's the worst. So that happened. So I was able to go to Jazzercise comfortably 4 days this last week. I ate really well. I was a little bit extra hungry a couple of days. So I did go over my points a little bit a couple days, but those were also the days that I went to Jazzercise. So I don't feel bad about that at all. So this next week I do have kind of a test run that I'm going to do that I'll share with you when I get out of my workshop. But I'm going to head in, weigh in, stay for the workshop, and I'll be back to share everything we discussed and my weigh-in.
On a run from my given disaster, speed away from the holy mind.
Hi friends, welcome back. I'm out of my WW workshop. And I know I say this almost every time I go to a workshop or pretty regularly, but WW's topic is always exactly what I need. It's so crazy to me. Today was no different. Today we talked all about nobody's perfect. And I love this topic so much. It completely resonated with me with everything that's kind of been going on with my journey and with my channel here on YouTube. And they gave us some tips and things to think about when it comes to nobody's perfect. If you set out on any type of weight loss journey or any journey in general in life, whether it be career related, relationship related, weight loss related, if you set yourself up for perfection, you're setting yourself up for failure, because there's no way that you can be perfect throughout your entire journey, no matter what that journey's end road is. There's always going to be bumps in the road, hiccups, things that happen, life happens. So you just are setting yourself up for disappointment and failure if you set out to have a perfect journey. And that is exactly what happens if you set out on WW with a perfect journey in mind, because you know things are going to come up. The scale isn't always going to reflect your hard work, and sometimes the scale is extra nice to you when you don't deserve it. So I want to share with you some of the food for thought when it comes to nobody's perfect from WW. The big thing is to accept your imperfections. You would never be as critical on someone else as you are on yourself. So 5 tips to help you accept your imperfections from WW. Focus on how it feels when you think about someone or even even a pet, you know, my babies, Diesel and Lola, when you think about how they feel about you and how they care about you, focus on that. You know that your kids, your husband, your parents, your dog, your cat love you unconditionally. And how does that make you feel to know that they love you as much as they love you with their whole heart and soul and unconditionally? And focus on the feeling that you get when you think about that. Number 2 is visualize the qualities of somebody that you look up to, and think about 3 reasons why you look up to that person. So this could be someone in your physical life. This could be someone on social media that you look up to. No matter what that reason is that you look up to them, whether it's because they've been successful on their weight loss journey, or maybe they've been successful in their fitness journey or their career journey or family. What are 3 things that make you look up to that person? And think about those 3 things and reflect those on yourself, and think about 3 things about yourself that would make you look up to you. Number 3, notice what happens when you treat yourself like you would treat someone else. Treat yourself like you would treat a child if a child made a mistake or didn't do what they said they were going to do, or maybe didn't reach a goal. Think about how you would treat them and resonate that same treatment to yourself. And this is really hard, you guys. I know for me, if my friend didn't lose 1 week on the scale, or if my friend wasn't perfect, I would definitely give them a lot more grace than I tend to give myself. And especially when you have outside influences that are negative, it's hard to sometimes focus on the positive. But think about how you would treat someone else in the same situation that you're in. Next is treat yourself like you would treat a friend. This is similar to the last one, but really think about a close friend of yours, your best friend, your ride or die. How do you treat that person? And that's exactly how you should be treating yourself. So when I think about this, if my friend isn't successful in their weight loss 1 week, or maybe my friend is struggling in some other area of their life, I'm here to listen, offer advice, compassion, give them a hug when needed. So I need to remember that when I'm in that same negative state or in that same situation, I need to do those exact same things to myself. I need to give myself a big hug or show myself a little compassion or grace. And trust me, I know it's hard, but I think it's really important, no matter where you are and what you're embarking on in your life, to follow these principles. And lastly, I have to say, is my very favorite one, and that is to write down 3 things that you're grateful for today. Now, I think this could be an everyday thing where you actually sit down and you think about things that you're grateful for. And they could be things as simple as this hot cup of coffee that I'm drinking, or you could really dive a little bit deeper and be grateful for your health, or the fact that you're able to get up and go to jazzercise or go work out in the morning. Those are things that we need to remember. And I think if we focus on 3 things that we're grateful for every day or every morning when we get up and we're going through our morning routine, I think that sets our day up for a more positive, successful day overall. So I'm going to start implementing this. I may not write it down every day, but I'm going to make a conscious effort to really truly think about 3 things each day that I am grateful for. And again, you don't have to soul search. You could really think about simple things, but when you think I'm grateful for this today, what are the first 3 things that pop in your mind? And I think by implementing this, all of the other pieces that help us remember we're not perfect will kind of fall into place. So as always, WW hit the nail on the head like they always do with their topic. And I actually loved this topic. We talked a lot about support and giving ourselves and each other grace. And I think that is so incredibly important. And we have to remember, even when we're watching other people on social media or we're interacting with other people in our daily life, that nobody is perfect. We all make mistakes. We all have positive things and negative things that happen to us on a given day. We all sometimes change our mind or change the way that we're going about our journey, and that's completely okay. And we just have to remember nobody is perfect. So let's talk about my week and talk about my weigh-in. So my week, like I said, went really well. I again went over my points, I think 1 day in addition to Saturday, where I generally use my weeklies anyways, and that's just because I was super hungry after my workout. And I mentioned this in several videos that I'm going to make sure that I'm fueling my body, especially on days that I am working out, because I don't want to drag through my workout, and I don't want to be so hungry after my workout that I'm not giving my body what it is needing. Because again, ultimately my goal is to transition from blue to purple and then eventually transition into a more intuitive eating style, where of course I'm still going to be on WW. I'm still going to keep tracking my points. I'll do that forever, but I want to focus more on eating when I'm hungry and until I'm satisfied. So by making sure that I'm fueling my body when it's telling me it's hungry is, in my opinion, kind of the first step for that. So with that, I worked out 4 days this week, like I suggested. In fact, I'm going to jazzercise next, and then I'm going to get my hair cut. So I will be back to show you guys what my hair looks like in another video, because I'm cutting it. I'm going to get a whole new cut, a whole new style. We're taking off some of this extra hair that I don't need, especially with the warm weather. I have really, really thick, coarse hair, and sometimes it's just too much to manage. So I'm ready to kind of change my hair up a little bit and get a little bit lighter and fluffier for summer. So with my week and my exercise and tracking my food, I'm happy to report that when I stepped on the scale, I lost 2 pounds. 2! How exciting is that? So I am 2 pounds down this week, which makes up for last week, and I'm feeling really good and motivated to going into this next week. And in fact, moving into this next week, I have a couple of little mini goals. One is I'm about little less than 1.5 pounds away from going into a new weight decade. So that's my goal, is to lose that to get into this new weight decade this next week. And my second goal is, because I'm finding that there are days that I'm a little bit more hungry and that I am eating above my points, I'm going to track in the Lose It app. So I'll put the name of that here on the screen for you guys. It is free. You do not have to sign up for the premium of it. It's kind of like my Fitness Pal, but I find it to be easier to track your food in and also a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. I'm going to track my calories for this entire next week. I want to know how many calories I'm eating every day, and does those calories fluctuate even though I'm staying within my smart points? I'm super curious about this, and I've done a little bit of trial and error with this. A couple weeks ago, I kind of started to track my calories and see how it went, but I'm going to diligently track them every single day. Well, not Saturday, the day I use my weeklies, but Sunday through Thursday, and I want to see if I'm eating within my recommended calorie range within my points on kind of a cleaner approach to WW. So it's going to be very interesting. So next week during the weigh-in, I'm going to share with you the results of this little test where I am tracking my calories, and we'll talk a little bit about calories versus points when it comes to choosing whole food versus processed, sugar-free, fat-free, lower point food in general. So I'm excited to kind of test this out and see what happens this next week. So really happy about my weight loss, really motivated to jump down into that next decade, and really excited for this trial with testing these calories out. So that is my plan for this next week. So I want to hear from you guys. How was your week? Was it good? Did you weigh in? Did you gain? Did you lose? Was it what you expected? Definitely leave that down in the comments. I love hearing how your guys' week went. And I want to know too from you guys, what are you going to do to understand that we're not perfect? And how are you going to give yourself a little extra grace this next week? So definitely leave that down in the comments for me. If you're new to my channel, welcome, welcome. Make sure you're subscribed and your notification bell is turned on. I do a weigh-in every Friday where I recap the WW workshop and share my weigh-in results with you guys, the good, the bad, the ugly. It all happens here on this channel. So make sure you're subscribed and your notification is turned on. Also, if you're a fan of these weigh-in videos, give this one a big thumbs up. I really appreciate it, and it helps my channel out so much. And of course, I want to hear all your comments down below. Again, you guys, thank you so much for your love and support during the little bit of stressful week that I had. It truly means the world to me. And on a note, I have decided that I am going to continue sharing information and research that I do when it comes to a cleaner approach to WW. So you will be seeing some other videos coming out in the future. And you know what? If that's not your thing, or you don't agree with maybe what I'm saying, then you absolutely have the right to not watch the video. That's entirely up to you. But I'm going to continue sharing because the overwhelming number of you asked that I do just that. And you guys know my channel is here for you. So thank you again for all the love and support. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in tomorrow's grocery haul. It's going to be a fantastic one. See you later, guys.